Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, folks. It is I'm gonna pause that real quick. Um, Good morning, everybody. I hope okay, I did. I wasn't sure if I made this private at first. Cause sometimes when I start these lives, I fail to hit the public button. Yeah, I fail to hit that button. And then it ends up, look, I'm trying to get my lighting in the back is all dark and drab. Oh well, listen. I probably need to get more lighting, but I'm not interested in buying any more lights. I'm good on that. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Ladia and Ida and Godseed. We got so much to talk about this morning. Y'all know the president was cutting up, you know, and he's mad with South Korea, and he's cozying up to Kim Jong Un, and he's mad with South Korea because South Korea won't help Trump get out of this mess that he started with the Iranians. Donald Trump is stuck. He's upset about it. He's mad about it, and he wants somebody to help him get out of it. Yep. We have lost this war in Iran. Trump don't want to be honest and say he lost. And again, didn't Trump say we don't need anybody's help? Good morning, Coco and Peter and Miss Sophisticated and Shaston and Janice. Look, I'm just running my mouth. Good morning to y'all. Oh, I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes because we hit a milestone and we gotta talk about it for a hot second this morning. Because the reason why I want to talk about it is because we're doing this. I see it as we're doing it together. Y'all may not see it that way, but I see it that way. Nothing I can't I can't get to the levels that I've been getting to by myself. It don't happen by myself. It happens from people watching. And so I appreciate each and every one of y'all for watching. But we're gonna talk about it. You say, I thought it would be Venezuela, a quick in and out. Oh, I knew it wasn't gonna be no quick in and out. You know, the only person who thought Venezuela would be quick and out, people who never been in the military, people who've never done military exercises, people who've only watched stuff on TV and think that the military works like movies, and thinks like when you invade a country, the country just going to go, oh, okay, you're invading. We're just going to stop fighting and we're just going to give in and let you have everything. That's movies. That's in movies. In real life, right? In real life, people don't give up that easy. They don't give up that easy. Trump is a clown. And you're right, Lydia. He thought he'd be in and out. There is no in and out. When you decide to invade a country, and we did this with Iraq, did we not? How many years were we stuck in Iraq? Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember? We was there for a long time. Operation Desert Storm started when I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school. I think I was a senior at that time. That was 92-ish, right? There, yeah, yep. Plus we went into Afghanistan, right? So America has always had this habit of getting itself caught up in conflict that it can't get out of, because it always assumes that people in other countries are weak. They always assume other countries are weak. They always assume. You should not assume that. Good morning, Macau. Good morning, Ida. Okay, I want to stop for a second because we got 25 people in here. I got to tell y'all something. We have an announcement this morning. Listen, I'm announcing this because, and look, I found this little coffee cup at Walmart. Look at it. I am too pretty to work. Lies I tell. This cup is a liar. Shh. Nobody's too pretty to work. Let's stop the cap on that shit. That's how y'all raise people that don't want to contribute anything in a relationship. I'm too pretty to work. I'm too pretty to cook. I'm too pretty to make the bed after I get out of it. What? Okay. I don't fall for that shit. I'm too pretty. I'm just too pretty to do. I'm too pretty to clean up after myself, and I'm just too pretty to worry about paying anything. What? Okay. I don't buy into that shit. Y'all buy into that. Y'all be feeding that. Look, YouTube and TikTok, y'all feed that shit. Stop feeding them people when they do that. Stop it. Now, let me tell y'all real quick about a milestone that we met together again. And I say this just, and a reason why I talk about this is because anybody out there, if you have been looking to make content, I'm telling you this so you'll just turn on your camera and start making videos and start going live. Y'all, hold. We are now fully monetized on YouTube. Took like what? I've been chasing this for what? About couple since mid-July. We are fully monetized on YouTube already. Listen, learn from me, okay? If you want to go live on YouTube, if you want to make money on YouTube, you want to get in that program, go live. That's the fastest way. I don't care what nobody say. The fastest way to get monetized on YouTube is going live. And when you go live, you got less trolls, you got less bots. People don't come to YouTube to sit in people's lives and troll. Not YouTube. TikTok, yes. Not YouTube. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. We did this together. So that's why I was like, hey, let me stop before I pull my back out. Because I'm getting older. And one false dance move, you be like, oh, what happened? What happened? So I don't want to do too much of that. I'm not a winder. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate it. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you. You know, you say you wonder why they do the trolling on TikTok, but not YouTube. It's easier to troll on TikTok. It is, you can create an account faster on TikTok. It's easier to get to content to troll people. It's less effort, Lydia. That's what I believe. I believe it's less effort on TikTok to do that because people can just create and you can switch accounts really easy. You can switch accounts easy on YouTube too, but it takes a little more involvement that trollers really don't want to do. They want to be fast, to hit the trolling. Don't let them trollers stop you from talking. Turn on your mic and run your damn mouth. Okay? Just turn on your mouth and turn on your mic and run your mouth. Don't worry about them people. Yep. Yep. And you can scroll from live to live pretty easy to Kiara's point. And good morning, Kiara. You can scroll pretty easy from live to live on TikTok. So it's a lot easier for people to just have nothing else to do but to bother you on TikTok. And I mentioned this yesterday afternoon. We were talking about this on YouTube. I'm gonna tell y'all this last thing before I get to the news. Um I mentioned this last night on TikTok, on YouTube, that because I do YouTube live in the afternoons as well. I don't do TikTok live, but I do YouTube live in the afternoons. And one of the things I said yesterday was I could have turned on memberships a week ago on YouTube. I haven't done that on purpose because I already have membership tiers on Patreon. We already do shows on Patreon. I don't know what other value a membership tier has in YouTube for me. So I haven't turned them on yet. I'm like, to me, I could turn them on and then just be a money grab. Just say, hey, give me money, sign up for these memberships. I'm just not interested. So I don't. So that's why I turned on ads because I'm like, you know what? Watch an ad here or there. That helps a sister out. I'd rather you watch an ad than I'm on this platform saying, hey, give me X amount of dollars on every month. Then I'm on this platform over here saying, hey, give me X amount of dollars every month. And then I'm over here saying, that's how y'all get. Frankly, I believe that's how a lot of people they get kind of burned out from creatives because they're constantly looking to tap your pockets. And you got bills to pay too. I know you do. So the only thing I asked y'all to do is just look at ads because ads help me out. That's it. It just takes a little bit of time. Can they get annoying? Yes, but I refuse to pay for YouTube. I ain't paying for no YouTube Premium. I don't pay for no YouTube Premium. Y'all know I don't do that. I don't do that. You say I don't have a capitalist mindset, not getting, yeah. And my thing is this, y'all already burnt out from subscriptions like crazy. I'm mindful of that. It's a subscription for every damn thing nowadays. A subscription for everything. Yes, new YouTube Premium is not worth it. It is not. People be online. Oh, YouTube Premium so worth it. Lies you tell. I will sit through an ad before I pay for that shit. I'm paying for enough subscriptions. I got subscriptions everywhere. And they're the bare minimum. Thank you so much for that, Marva. I appreciate the mustache. But I'm just not gonna pay for that. I told y'all, listen, I'm gonna tell you one of the most frustrating subscriptions that I've seen. I don't have it, a printer subscription. Have y'all seen that? Hey, Kanique, good morning. Have y'all seen a printer subscription? I wish I would buy a printer and then got to turn around and pay a subscription on top of that to print it. Not me. These companies have lost their ever loving minds. Good morning, Teresa. They've lost their minds. I refuse to pay to print. I refuse to pay to print. Refuse. Like, did y'all hold on for a second? TikTok, did y'all see that bot just now talking about pesos? I just blocked them. You can still see this comment because I didn't mute it, blocked it. Troll already. Because that's what trolls do. Trolls get upset. Now, I don't even have no picture of Trump up over here. What they mad about? Matter of fact, hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, YouTube. Hold on for a second. I feel like making people mad this moment. You know what I mean? I feel like getting them all worked up. But a printer subscription is that should be against the law, in my humble opinion. I think printer subscriptions should be against the law. You've already bought the printer. You've already bought the printer. Why do you also, if you already bought the printer, why do you also have to pay to print? I'm just trying to understand that part. Why do you have to pay to print if you've already bought the printer? Make that make sense. Good morning to you, Chanel. It's just another way for companies to continue to extract money out of you for things that you already bought. That's it. It's just another way. Yep, and they charge you for the ink. I'm not doing subscription-based ink. I'm just not. I don't care about printing that much. If companies want to make a lot of money, just make a product we can use that we don't have to keep. You don't nickel and dime us with subscriptions. You will make more money. We will keep that printer until it literally passes away. And you know what we do? We're going to hold a funeral for it. Because we're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've had that printer for 30 years. Imagine a customer coming back to you for 30 years, buying ink, buying paper. But no, instead, the companies would rather get you to buy a printer that ain't even cheap. They charging you premium prices for said printer and then layering subscription on top of it. So that printer actually costs you $3,000. Right. That printer wasn't 300. It was 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. When you factor in all of the different costs that you have to pay. I have an HP printer, right? And this printer I bought, I would say it's been over 10 years since I bought this printer. Over 10 years. Now, in order to print on it, I first had to install this program, this app or whatever on my laptop for printing certain things. Not all the time. You don't always have to do it. I found that my printer's so old on my new laptop, I don't have to install it, right? I buy my cartridges from Walmart or wherever I find them that's dirt cheap, right? I won't upgrade the software on the printer on purpose. Yup. I won't even let HP push an update. Nope. And I print on my printer just fine. Sure do. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes it'll act funny. I have to unplug it, plug it back up. Yeah, you have a Photo Smart. Yeah, my printer too prints pictures too. Yep, Tony, I got one of those last few HPs like you that But mine's I bought in like 2016. I'm pretty sure mine's was 2016. Maybe 2017 I bought it, but I got one of them old school ones that I can still buy photo paper for, load it up with photo paper, print my photographs. Now, because see, a long time ago, printer companies, that was big business, right? For those of us who are old enough to remember, we remember when um there was a time when it came to printers, right? Um and photos, everybody got their pictures printed at the drugstore. You would take all your pictures, you would have your film, you would take it to the drugstore and you would get your pictures developed. Then we got cell phones, and then people stopped buying printers as much. But I remember my mother, she leaned in more to pictures as cell phones got more popular. That's how come I have so many pictures that my mother took, because my mother was a big picture taker. She didn't count pictures taken in your phone. She didn't count those as pictures, because her thing was if you never printed them out, they weren't a picture. Think about it. To her, if you couldn't physically hold it in your hand, it wasn't a picture. And a lot of and when I had talks, I did this video some time ago where I talked about we got more technology, but literally have access to less memories. And some people were mad. They were like, you just mad they got cell phones. I'm like, you missed the whole point of what I'm talking about. You have a cell phone. Yeah, you could take tons of pictures, but you ain't got no memories. You don't have any memories. You got pictures, but you don't have no memories. You have pictures of y'all not having fun because y'all spend all your time on the damn phone. So it's not like you're having fun. All of it is curated. It's not even real fun. You feel me? Like, for example, good morning to you, Lee Jones. Hey, Alicia, good morning. And hey, Zarvis, good morning. And you said your grandma was like that too, Alicia. Yeah. It, it we get so comfortable with technology. But this is my question I would ask y'all. What if you die tomorrow? How are your kids gonna get all your pictures? You expect them to go through your phone? Is that what they're gonna do? Go through your phone? That's not gonna happen. Let me tell you, I lost my mama. The last thing we thinking about is going through your fucking phone, looking for pictures. That's the last thing we thinking about. We are not thinking about, oh, let me look through my mama phone and find some pictures. What? Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. Somebody the other day said I looked like who was that they said I looked like? It was some man. And I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, well, listen, I mean, if that's what you want to say, I'm for it. Okay. I pay trans women at least once or twice a month. My voice is deep enough to do it. Because I play one of those trans women that refuses to change her voice. What'd you say to me, sir? Get over there, Paw Paw, and leave me alone. Good morning, Coco. But I'm telling you, print off those pictures, folks. Go on Facebook Marketplace, buy you an old printer, get you some photo paper, and start printing out your pictures. Real talk. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. But print off your pictures. Yes, photo albums tell stories. Do you know I still have photo albums from high school? High school. When we were taking pictures in high school and I put them in a photo album, I still got that photo album. Do I still talk to everybody from high school? No. But I will say, I can't speak for y'all high school. I went to an arts high school. So I still talk to a hell of a lot of people that I went to high school with. We still talk to each other. If somebody dies, folks is all showing up to sing at the funeral. Folks are saying, "Hey, you need some assistance. Anybody need anything?" I can't speak for how other people, but I maybe it's because I went to an art school. It's a little different when it comes to artists. They have a little bit of a different connection, you know. So maybe it's That's part of it. You say, I used to go to Walmart and Walgreens to develop pictures. Yep. I used to go to CVS. CVS used to be called People's Drug. That's how old I am. That's how old I am. Some young person online yesterday said, I'm so old. I remember Sally Jesse Raphael. I said, oh, girl, I see your Sally Jesse Raphael and I raised you Morton Downey Jr. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Listen, I did watch Sally Jesse Raphael, but honey, good morning to you. Who was that? Good morning to you, user 122. I'm like, yeah, I'm old school. I don't know why they be thinking I am 51 years old. Okay. Right. I remember the Phil Donahue days. Quiet as kept. Morton Downey Jr., if I'm not mistaken, was before Phil Donahue. Listen, if I'm not mistaken. Because I used to watch Morton Downey Jr. after school when I would get home from school. Morton Downey Jr. crawled so that Jerry Springer could walk. Real shit. If it wasn't for Morton Downey Jr., we would have never had a Jerry Springer. Facts. We'd have never had a Jerry Springer. Morton Downey Jr. had everybody on that show. He had clowns, he had midgets, he had everybody. It was a circus. It genuinely was a circus. But he crawled so that Jerry Springer could walk. Because if it was not for Morton Downey Jr., wouldn't have happened. Look, Janice, you remember? I remember Morton Downey Jr. Listen, I used to love me some Jerry Springer. I even knew people who went on that show with a fake ass story. Jerry Springer did not care. They just wanted guests. That's it. Jerry just wanted guests. He didn't care if your story was real. Okay? Jerry didn't care. I'm going to just tell y'all right up front. Jerry didn't care. My favorite talk show, honestly, was Ricky Lake. I grew up on I love the Ricky Lake show. Oh my God, I love the Ricky Lake show. And maybe we fell in love with Ricky extra because we went from seeing Ricky in Hairspray, and then Ricky gets this talk show, and we were in love with Ricky Lake. We protect Ricky Lake. Quiet as kept, we still protect Ricky Lake. Oh, you said you ain't like Ricky Lake. Oh, child, I love the Ricky Lake. I used to watch that shit every day. Every day. Oh, Jenny Jones was very controversial. I used to love Jenny Jones, but Jenny was scared of everything. Jenny was scared of Jenny always acted like, I'll say it like that she was scared of everything. I don't know if she actually was, but I do know that she acted like everything shocked her. Everything shocked Jenny. Now, I got to stop for a second. I need to switch gears. I remember Rolanda Watts show. I used to love Rolanda Watts. Those of us in a certain age group remember the Rolanda Watts show. I remember Rolanda. I used to love her show too. Listen, I remember Rolanda. Listen, y'all remember Jenny was scared of every fucking thing. I'd be like, damn, this your show and you scared of your own damn guests. Stop inviting them. Talk to your producers. Stop inviting these people you afraid to talk to. But I liked her, but she was just scared of everybody. Now, I gotta change gears, right? Oh, you missed some of the old game show. Listen, let me tell y'all something. If you don't watch the Game Show Network, watch the Game Show Network to get access to all your game shows. I still watch that every week. I love Press Your Luck. Press Your Luck was my favorite game show when I was growing up. I used to love that shit. Don't get a whammy. Please no whammy. Please no whammy. Boom. Oh, we got a whammy. Oh, I used to love that shit. I used to love Press Your Luck. Oh, Supermarket Sweep. Kizzle, I was just about to say Supermarket Sweep. Can I tell you my dream? My dream is for somebody to turn me loose in a grocery store. Listen. Turn me loose in a grocery store. Okay? I watched Supermarket Sweep so much, I had a strategy. First, go to the meat section. Right? Those of us who watch Supermarket Sweep, what did you always do? Go to the meat section. I used to love Shop Till You Drop. Oh, go right to the meat section, throw some hams in there, turkeys in there. Right, that's the first thing. Then you go to the laundry detergent. Go to the laundry detergent. Throw all the laundry detergent in. Then you go to the seafood. Get the seafood. Right, man. I had a strategy for Supermarket Sweep. I wanted to go on that show so bad. I wanted to go on that show so bad. I said, I know I could win this. I know. I've watched this so many times. I want to be on this show. Look, everybody's like, so did I. I wanted to go grocery shopping for fun. You too? I used to love that show, and I still catch it from time to time on the Game Show Network. Game Show Network. I loved Supermarket Sweep. Between Supermarket Sweep and Press Your Luck. Oh, and there was one more. Uh uh the game with the cards. I can't remember what the name of it was. Where they put the cards up on the thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of it. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of that game show, TV show. But it was something with card sharks. That's what it was. Oh, I used to love that. Because you had to get 21. Oh, I used to love card sharks too. I used to love card sharks. I don't know why. I loved that show. So yeah, I'm a game. Oh, I used to love $20,000 pyramid too. Listen. Oh, and I still watch. What's the show? Y'all know who I'm talking about. They always have my bruh on with the ascot on. Charles Nelson Riley. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And they have the panel. I love that show too. That was one of my favorite shows. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What is the show with Charles Nelson Riley? Charles Nelson Riley was on a lot of game shows back in the day, but he was always on this show all the time. It was like the bottom level and the top level. I can't remember it. No, it's not. Was it Match Game? Yes, Match Game. I used to love that show. Oh my God, I still watch Match Game. I still watch Match Game because I used to love me some Charles Nelson Riley. He was a messy queen. Messy queen. Because I'm assuming he was gay. He had to be. I know even as a kid, I was like, oh, he's extra sassy. I didn't know what he was, but I was like, he was a messy queen. He used to sit up there on them panels and be a messy little king. Him and Brett. Brett was another messy bitch, too. Brett was a messy bitch on Match Game. She was messy. I loved Match Game. Oh, because I love the host. I love that host. I can't think of his name right now, but and he had that real long microphone. Look, remember this? Them microphones be longer than a mug. Remember? I used to love those things. Hey, Heidi, good morning, Pope. But I used to love those things, okay? So I miss those shows. I miss them. Those were good shows. Yeah, I don't know if Charles Nelson Riley was gay, but I'm assuming he had to be gay. But he was in a time where you couldn't be open and honest about that. That's the part that saddens me when I look back at certain things that people couldn't live it. Yep, Gene Rayburn. I love me some Gene Rayburn. Listen, I'm old school. Anything with Gene Rayburn, I'm like my childhood. What? I grew up on that. I grew up on that. Okay. So, I just think about those things. I miss those days. That's when TV was actually worth watching. The reason why everybody's online now is because there's better programming on the internet than it is on the television. And I believe that there is more consistently better programming on the internet than it is on television. Television is just kind of regurgitating the same stuff over and over again. And then when they do get to something that's really, really good, they cancel it. So you might as well go back to the internet. The internet is creating sketches. All of that's original stuff. So me personally, like right now, are y'all seeing what the internet is doing to Kev on stage? I keep saying the internet is not a serious place. But are y'all seeing what they doing to Kev on stage online? And y'all know who Kev on stage is, right? Well, Kev on stage decided to cut his beard off. Listen, May May, let me tell you what they doing. They poking fun at him. They not like giving him a hard time. He shaved off all his facial hair. Why he would do that? When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, you look like a hot dog. This will not end well." The internet is letting him have it. You hear me? They got this man in all kinds of pictures. They trolling the man so hard. When he gets online now, he got his hoodie on, but he trying to use the hoodie as a beard. He should have never cut off that beard. Let me tell y'all something, gentlemen. Any men listening to me this morning, let me tell you something. Don't cut your beard off. No matter what that woman tell you, don't cut that beard off. You understand? Don't cut that beard off. Some of y'all not built for that. Some of you look like your mama in the face. Don't cut that beard off. Okay? Don't cut it off. I'm telling you, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. Because now when I see Kev on stage online, I'm like, oh, I don't know this man. Literally. I'm online like, who that man Harper? I don't know this. I and why am I following him? Oh, that's Kev on stage. Why would you do this? As a listen, as a person watching his content, it's funny to me because I'm like, I feel betrayed. Why didn't you discuss this with us before you cut that beard off? But he's having good fun with it. You didn't recognize him either, did you, see Mandy? Like, I right, he should at least left the mustache, something. Because when I first saw him, I thought it was fake. I really was. I thought it was like a filter he had on, right? I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you should never cut the beard off because I thought it was a filter. But then when I realized, oh no. I genuinely felt like I thought we had a closer relationship with Kev on stage, that he would come and talk to us. I'm gonna do a video on that today. That he would come and talk to us about contemplating cutting off his facial hair. But he didn't do that. He just said nope. So you know me being the messy bitch that I am. I went up under one of his posts on, I think it was Threads, and I said he looked like he crowning. You know how, ladies, you know how when you're giving birth and the baby is to the point that the baby starts crowning? That's how he looking right about now. He looking like he's about to take his first breath. I'm like, who talked to you and said, yeah, man, just cut it all off? That's like when y'all remember when James Harden cut his beard off? I saw him and I was like, oh, all his juice was in the beard. All the juice was in the beard. He cut that beard off. I was like, when they saw letting chicks in the NBA, when did that? Oh, that's James Harden. Don't cut off your facial hair. I'm just telling y'all. Last night I was watching Three's Company, and I was watching an episode where Larry went to a salon to get a fake mustache, and he was pulling all these women, and because he had a fake mustache. So then Jack went to the salon and got him a fake mustache. Y'all remember that episode? Then Terry fell in love with Jack because Jack had that damn mustache. See, when Jack don't have a mustache, yeah, she ain't care. But when Jack put that fake mustache on, all of a sudden, she was in love. A mustache can change. The facial hair can elevate or it can take away. If Elba can get away with a clean face, not Kev on stage. I'm just saying I felt betrayed because I thought that Kev on stage, we see Kev on stage every day, and he never, not one time said, "Hey, family." Because, he called us family. That's what he claimed. Then y'all gonna do a video there and call him out and see if he pop up under my comments. You claim we family, but when you made a decision to cut that beard off, you didn't seek counsel from family. You just said, "I'm gonna just show up on some new me shit." And you know what we said? Ho, 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 ho. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who are you? Don't be so quick to cut off the facial hair. Each one teach one. I hope some guy learns from Kev on stage's experience. It's all in your facial hair. If you've always had facial hair, it's all in there. Don't cut it off. Because if you do, I'm gonna start calling you Babyface Jenkins. Like what? Right. This was an unauthorized edit. Kev on stage decided to do something without talking to us. And I am offended by that because he claimed we was family, but he never talked to the family. I don't recall. Do you recall a conversation? You say, no facial hair is Kevin. Damn, with the beard, he's Kevon. Wow. Wow. There are levels to this thing. So I saw he did another video this morning where he said the internet, y'all are having fun. You're having great fun. Enjoy yourselves. And it's like, yeah, we are. Because we feel attacked. You attacked us with bare skin on your face. Ain't nobody asked for that. Yeah, we've seen pictures of you when you didn't have hair on your face, but that was a time before you met us. So we didn't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like dating. You don't care about who came before you. It's not your business. You're just focused on where you get in, your entry point, or where you come in. That's all you care about. You don't care about the bodies before you, right? So I felt some type of way that he tried to take us back to the old Kevin. No, 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 no. This was unauthorized, and we need answers. That's a good question. If his fake face recognition recognizes him without a beard, that's a good question. But I was like, I literally yesterday was like, oh no, honey, no, no. I know his wife was like, "Oh, they gonna eat your ass up," but go right ahead. What they say? I know what Kev doing. If they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. That's what he doing. That's what he doing. That's exactly what he doing. Kev on stage, cut off all his facial hair, Rex Eagle. Cut off everything. Now, I want to take some time. Y'all know I want to take some time to talk about some news stuff, but hey, we still ain't seen Mitch McConnell. We still have not seen Mitch McConnell at all. Nobody has seen him. And guess what? Not even Scott Jennings. Thank you, Diva. I appreciate that, beautiful. We still have not seen Mitch McConnell. And listen, I'm going to tell you my theory on why we have not seen Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is not dead. Let me be clear. Mitch McConnell is not dead. He's not dead. That's not why you don't see Mitch McConnell. In my opinion, I believe the reason why we're not seeing Mitch McConnell is because Mitch McConnell can't speak anymore. That's why we're not seeing Mitch McConnell. Yep. Yep. That's why we're not seeing him. He can't talk. He can't talk. You want to see my Mitch McConnell impression? Watch. Hold on. Hold up, YouTube. Let me give it to you first. Look. Here we go. or I had to stop. My eyes was burning. That's what Mitch McConnell's doing somewhere in some room right now. He got a fall wrist bracelet on. He don't get to walk around he was already getting assistance to walk around the Capitol. Think about it. He was already coming up to podiums, not speaking. Mitch McConnell can no longer talk anymore. He can hear you. He looking at you, but he can't say nothing. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I believe that is because if Mitch McConnell could talk, if Mitch McConnell could vote, you think he wouldn't be up there on the Senate? Thank you for the gift. You think he wouldn't be up there on the Senate? Do you really think so? You really think he wouldn't be up on the Hill voting? Of course he would. Of course he would. He's not there because he can't. And he can't hide from the media. There's no way to be on the Hill and hide from the media every day. Eventually, you're going to get got. And Mitch McConnell don't move fast enough to run. So if they catch him, he can't even outrun their ass. He can't. The only other option is to have Mitch McConnell in a wheelchair and push him around the Capitol, but you still going to be found out by the press. Mitch McConnell can no longer speak. Mitch McConnell has always been very vocal, very in our faces. The fact that you don't see him now is not an accident. He's not capable of talking to you anymore. Mitch McConnell is done. Stick a fork in, bruh. Him done. And that's real talk. Stick a fork in him, he's done. I'm looking it up. Yeah. Mitch McConnell is 84 years old. He was born in 1942. 1942. My mama wasn't even born yet when Mitch McConnell was born. My mama wasn't even alive. I'm just saying, Mitch McConnell can no longer talk. And it's not, and listen, there's nothing wrong with aging. I'm not saying it like it's something wrong. What is wrong is hiding. You can't hide a senator, folks. See, I also look at Andy Bashir and say his punk ass should have taken the seat. He should have taken the seat. Just take it. Just put somebody in Mitch McConnell's seat. I bet you that'll bring his ass out the shadows. If nothing else don't. If Mitch McConnell don't come out the shadows when you put somebody else in the seat, that's because he can't. He can't. I told you up on the Hill, it's a lot more weekend at Bernie's than y'all realize. It ain't just in the White House. It's up on the Hill too. A lot of old ass congressmen and senators that have spent decades filling their own pockets with money. And that's why they want to die in those jobs because they don't want to work hard. And not only do they want to die in them, they want to put their children in a position and to take over the job that they had. Think about it, because they're creating generational wealth by becoming government employees, but while also vilifying government employees. Okay, I'm just saying. Good morning, Shay. Mitch McConnell was discharged from the rehabilitation center supposedly on August 6th. We ain't seen Mitch McConnell. We for real ain't seen Mitch McConnell since June. That's the last time he's been seen since June. It's mid-August. Pretty soon we'll be going into September. September. But when Republicans are the ones who aren't up to do the job, notice how quiet the media is, y'all. This is why I need y'all to pay attention to the media. Notice how quiet they are about Mitch McConnell. Notice how quiet the mainstream media is about the fact, I just told y'all this yesterday, how quiet the mainstream media is about the fact that the president's butt keeps growing. We supposed to just act like we don't see that booty do what it do. We see it. Ass so fat, you can see it from the front. We see it. But the media is like, let's talk about Joe Biden. No, I don't want to talk about Joe Biden. I want to talk about how he got that big old ass. It's millions of women in America who want a nice big bulbous booty. They want to know too. Right? Look, if you've seen Starship Troopers, you already know. Do you want to know more? Yes. The president is out here now with childbirth and hips. I want to know how. Like, is he doing some type of exercise? Because, I go to gym. I want to know. What is bruh doing? How he get that fatty? What they say? For those of you from the DMV, you may not. Those of DMV, you know this song, but if you ain't from the DMV, you don't know. I just feel like it's my fatty, it's my fatty, it's my fatty, it's my fatty. I'm like, okay, all right. I don't really like a hippie man, but on Trump, I'll allow it. It is nothing like watching the president get all curvaceous, right? Zarvis, you say it's all at McDonald's. I just never thought that I'd see the day that we had of a curvy president, right? And a lot of people say, oh, it's diapers. I've never seen diapers also include shapewear. I've never seen that. And I've never seen a diaper that thick. Like, how many layers of thickness does bruh need? How often do they change this baby? I have questions that nobody's answering, but I have questions. You say you think it's a urine bag. It was time. If it was, maybe it was time to dump it. That thing was full. That thing was full. Paddington, nobody can see your comments, beloved. Paddington was coming on to let us know that he loves men. I blocked him. No gay stuff early this morning. Listen, I love gay shit too, but I'm not hooking up men with men until the afternoon. You got to come on YouTube. I hook up men with men before your wives get home from work. Listen, all conservative men that come to my live. I can get you a boyfriend around 5-ish. But if your wife's already home, I apologize. That's the only time I got, beloved. That's the only time I got. Because I have never seen men fillet a man so much till Trump came along. It's so weird. This morning, when I was in gym, I was listening to Jay-Z and Kanye, right? And first thing I thought was, well, Kanye messed up. We ain't gonna never hear Jay-Z ride another Kanye beat again. That's it. You might as well just listen to the stuff you already have, because Jay never working with Kanye again. Kanye talked about his kids and his wife. That's never happening, right? But I was listening to it, and one of the bars that Jay-Z said in there was, "We got a table for the broads. Y'all got a table for the fellas." I said, "Ooh, if that isn't an indication of how America has changed a lot." American men love men. American men love men. They love men. Be at the club, they want a whole VIP section with just boys in it. But you say you like girls. You say you like girls. Then why does everybody in your VIP section have a jock strap on? Something changed. It's so bad, even gay men are looking at straight men like, Cause all my gay male friends are like, these straight men, they way gayer than me. Cause even the gay dudes don't do what the straight dudes be doing. Even the gay dudes is like, wait a minute. You married to a woman. Shh. Cause it doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely positively no sense. Something going on with America. Something's changed in the way the men navigate in America. It's very different than it used to be. It was markedly different than it is now. I just I don't know why. It's just very different. Men are different. Women are different too, but women are more masculine because the men are more feminine. I'm gonna say it one more time. Women are only more masculine because men have gotten more feminine. I said what I said, Nexus. Where I'm not, there's no lie. Y'all see the shit every day. I'm gonna give you examples. When I was growing up as a child, it was very rarely I would ever see a man argue with a woman. Very rarely. But in this new age right now, oh, these men are sassy. They move their neck, snap their fingers and shit. Whatever, you ugly bitch. That's why you can't get no. And I'll be like, he talking like he want her man. Yeah, we pump our own gas channel. It's very weird. So when I'm on the internet, like for example, when I played that sound for y'all to hear how Killer Mike slid up in my DMs, that was giving feminine energy to me. That's why I didn't respond to him. That's why I didn't respond to him. I was like, "Oh, this is shit that women do, and I don't even do this. I don't even do this with other women. You can slide up in my box with that shit. I will not respond to it. I'll just be like, you know what? I hit you with the coming to America. I will do no such thing. That woman is beneath me, and so is her family. What? I'm not art. What? That's not. I just don't. That's not what I'm into. I'm just not. I will let you crash out and be mad before I feed the shit. I'm just not into that. So when I see men doing this, it's extremely odd to me. It's like, because all men don't do it. It's not all men. It's a certain subset of men in America. It's not all of them. Because the ones that don't do it won't even deal with the ones that do it. Soon as those guys start getting sassy, them men be like, man, I ain't got time for that, man. Them men be gone. They going to do men shit, not sit and argue with women all day on the damn internet or in public. Coco, yes, if you could do me a favor to watch the commercial that pops up, it helps me out. That's why I don't have memberships. I did turn on commercials, but I don't do memberships. I'm not going to do a membership tier on YouTube. I just already know I'm not. I just know I'm not. I already got membership over on Patreon. To me, I don't see the point of doing a membership over here because I don't have nothing extra to give you over here. That's why I'm like, I'm not doing a membership on YouTube because I don't have nothing extra to give you on YouTube that I ain't already giving you on Patreon. And personally, I see it as being disingenuous. I could do it, but frankly, I'm double dipping. No, you didn't do nothing wrong. I finally got monetized for ads, and I would prefer to do ads over memberships. You said you're learning a lot of men don't like women. I think a lot of that stems from they don't like their moms. There's a lot of trauma related to their mothers. There's a lot of trauma related to mothers. And that unhealed trauma, then it becomes difficult to deal with other women because you got all this unhealed trauma that you gotta come to grips with that. There are a lot of people who have not come to grips with that yet. So that's a big part of it. That's why I believe they have a lot of men that don't like women, and a lot of men don't have men around them who like women. So they've never had an example of what it looks like. So that's why they see women as competition. A lot of these young men were raised in homes with only women. So women are not seen as something to obtain. Women are seen as competition. Thank you, Cassie. So that's why they see it that. That's why they'll argue with you so much, because they see you as competition. They don't see you as, oh, that's a woman that I might want to engage with and, you know, shake some sheets or something. They don't see it that way. They see it as that bitch is my competition. She's stealing my attention from that man over there that I want to hang out with. That's what it is. I want to play video games with him, but he wants to hang out with her. I hate her. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you what I see. Think about it. If you want to hang with your friend and y'all want to hang out and he want to spend his time hanging with that woman because he want to get close to that woman, that other man is going to start to have some disdain for that woman because that woman is competition. That woman has stolen my time with you. That's how I see it. That's why there's so much anger and angst towards women. Real talk. They claim we so emotional. Listen, if you come to my lives, I'm not nearly as emotional as people may assume that I would be because I'm a woman. Because I am a woman, I'm kind of built for it tough for not being over emotional, especially in public. Because in public, society will, I have a consequence as a woman for being emotional. If I'm emotional in public, society will make me pay for that. I'm not allowed to be emotional in public. Men are. Women, on the other hand, we're overreacting if we get emotional in public. If men act out in public, well, what did somebody do to him? See? That's the difference about how society treats it. That's society. Now, I said all of this to say I want to reference an article I read about that kind of touches on some of this yesterday. So I read an article in the New York Post, and they were talking about young men, right? And they were saying that more young men look up to Obama than they do a religious leader. I said, "Oh, wow. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that." I found that interesting. More young men specifically look up to Barack Obama than they do their own pastor. That says a lot. Good morning, Alonia. That says a lot. Thank you so much, DBF. I appreciate that. DB flexing, thick flexing. I think that's what you're saying here. Thank you for that. But that surprised me because what is being talked about is there's a growing number of men. See, the thing that's bubbling underneath America, and one of the reasons why we have Trump again, was because they're saying a lot of young men are facing a whole bunch of trouble. A whole lot of them are flunking out of school. They're not working. They don't study. They're not dating. They don't have no family. And they still live at home with their parents. That's what the experts are saying. A big portion of the problems that we see in America. Young men are lost. They have checked out from life. They're just lost. Their mental health's all messed up. They got bad habits where they sit around, play video games all day, watch a whole lot of adult programming, gambling. They get sucked into red pill content. And it makes me just go, whatever happened to the men in America? What happened? Something happened. See, so much focus is placed on women. But the men, something happened to the men of America. See, I remember that women went out of their way to help women, right? Women went out of their way. They created programs and classes, all these types of activities for women to help women, to pull women up and to lift women up. But men did not do that for men. Y'all didn't do that for men. And when I say y'all, I don't mean like y'all specifically, but women did that for women. Men never did that. Instead, you know what men did when women did that for women? Men said, look at them. Look at them doing that. That's so stupid. That's what men were doing. I was there. I know. That's what they were doing. They made it seem like it wasn't serious. It was nothing. You understand? Fast forward to now, men are suffering in America because no work was put in by other men to grow up that next batch of men. Nothing was done. Nothing was done. Instead, it tells them watch sports, get into sports. Not all men like sports. And quiet is kept. That kind of dumbs down who they are. That all you gotta do is put them in front of the TV, turn on the sports, and give them a sandwich, and they'll be good. They're way more complex creatures than that. But men fed into that stereotype too. Real talk. So these people, they did a study, they did a survey basically, where they surveyed about 2,000 young men. And the young men said there are three reasons why they kind of just like, right? Part of it is institutional structure. Another part is individual deficiency. And another part is because of socialization. Okay. They, for many of them, um, they say that the men who went to college, trade school, or did some type of apprenticeship, those men are doing well. I believe that because I see those men. Those men are doing well, right? But it's a lot of men are suffering from anxiety. A lot of them are suffering from depression, bipolar disorder, right? But not getting help. Just sitting at home watching YouTube, which gonna make it worse. See, this is the thing that y'all got to remember. These apps and these websites, they will train you either on good things or bad things, but it's all about what you choose to interact with. The more you interact with something, the more they're going to give it to you because they're going to say, well, you must like it. So let me give you more of it. That's how you fall in a hole of red pill content. All it takes is one video. All you got to do is like one fucking video. And once you like one video, you've told the system, show me more. Right? They're saying another issue that men are running into, why they're having this issue with mindset and all these other things. They say that higher education tends to be really good for men, but a lot of men don't have a pathway to higher education. See, I remember in the 80s and the 90s when women were going hardcore about getting educated, men were just like, eh. I remember that. You battled with depression. Yeah. And the thing is, you'll battle with depression. And when you go to talk to another man about it, sometimes the men can be the most critical. But that's when you need your brother. That's when you need somebody that's traveling the same road that you're traveling, that understands you. That's why you need that. I've said this repeatedly. America's collapse will be due to men, weak men. This study proves it. No problem. Thank you for watching Elevating the Bread Man. I appreciate that. But I'm gonna tell you another reason why these kids are like this. Their parents. We gotta be honest. Stop putting that shit on society. It starts at home. It starts at home. Y'all act like little Johnny could never do no wrong. You act like little Johnny was perfect. He was great. Everybody's gonna love him. Everything he does is wonderful. That's a lie. So by the time little Johnny gets out into the world, and the world's like, man, get out of here, fuck boy. He don't know how to handle that. He don't know how to handle that because you never coached and taught your child. That learning starts at home. My mama taught us that stuff at home. At home. I was not raised that I could do no wrong, that I walked on water. I didn't get a participation trophy for just showing up. I either did well or I went home with nothing. But over time, America started doing this thing. Well, we don't want to make the children feel bad. So let's just give the babies a trophy anyway. No. No. That's why it's so damn bad. No, everybody shouldn't get a trophy. Everybody shouldn't be praised. Everybody shouldn't be spotlighted because everybody don't deserve it. Quiet is kept. Doing it in a way where you highlight people who are doing the work, it makes other people work harder. It made me work harder when I was growing up because I wanted to be in the spotlight. So I worked harder. Why would you work harder if you get a trophy for doing mediocre shit? Why would you work harder? You don't have to. You're already getting everything you want by proxy. That's one of the biggest problems that America has. It started at home. And if you have weak men, you got a weak nation. I said it. Your nation is only as strong as your men and your women. Period. Period. Your nation's only as strong as your men and your women. But America says you're only as strong as your richest person. What? Let me tell you something. Can I tell you somebody you never see with muscles? A rich person. Have you ever seen a rich person and go, "Ooh, they have a physique I really want"? No. You might want their bank account, but you don't never want their body. Who want to be built like that? Yeah, and they never say it again, Precious, and they always have nasty looking teeth. They always look like they've been gnawing on sidewalks. Obama's an exception to the rule, see, Mandy. He an exception to the rule. You feel me? But you notice that too. Rich people always have the worst teeth, too. They got money. It's not that they don't even have the money to have good teeth. They don't have the will. This is bad for America. They've got to put some initiatives behind young men and not what Trump and them are doing. Because that's not going to make young men better men. It's just going to make them more angry and more lonely. That's all that's going to happen to them because these young men don't have enough money to pay for company. See, Trump got enough money to pay for Melania. He has enough money to pay for Melania. A lot of men overlook that part. Melania Trump did not marry Donald Trump because she was in love. Miss Girl was trying to get her she trying to get her citizenship. She was trying to get her citizenship, beloved. And Trump had money. Trump had money. And she needed citizenship. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you know you're an asshole, if you know you're not a nice guy, you better work hard and make a lot of money, beloved, because you're gonna be lonely if you don't. Because you're gonna have to pay for company. You're gonna have to pay a woman that's willing to put in work for that. But you have to pay for that. You're not gonna get that for free. No freezies. This is why it's better to be a good person. It's better to be a good person Because if you ain't got enough money to be a bitch or an asshole, you're gonna have a problem. According to this study, 43% of young men said they think they are a failure. They think they're a failure because most of them, a lot of them are not employed, right? And even when they do get a job, they hardly make any money because wages are stagnant. They say young men don't believe that if they work hard, they'll get ahead because you won't. Working hard does not equal get ahead. They can't sell you that lie no more because it's already proven not to work. So they can't sell that lie to you no more. That's why the young boys don't believe it. They say more than 60% of them feel like they have little control over the things that happen to them. They don't even feel like they have no control over their life. One of the reasons why I believe they feel that they spend too much time on the internet. I'm telling you, the internet will fuck your mind up. You got to be careful about this place called the internet. The internet is not a real place because if you look at it, if according to the internet, everybody got great credit, everybody got money, everybody got a house, they got fancy car, they travel all the time, they got the perfect body, the perfect teeth, the perfect partner, the perfect kids. Don't buy into that shit. That's all a lie. The internet is an op. That ain't true. The internet is a lie. Stop comparing. And I've said this before. Stop comparing your entire life to somebody else's highlight reel. That shit they showing you online, that's the best part of it. I want to see what their life look like when the camera's off. So I'm never impressed by those things. What it look like when the camera off? Forget when it's on, because when it's on, you're giving me a curated version of your life. It's not really your life. Yeah, it's all a fantasy. Stop trying to compete with a fantasy. You're never going to win. Stop trying to compete with a fantasy. And I'm going to tell you why I know this. When I started doing stuff on YouTube, right? And I was doing my own content over on YouTube. First struggle was what kind of content do I do over here? So you know how like online you see people getting up out of bed, they're like, yeah, they're stretching, yeah, waking up, you know. And I always used to be like, well, how do they get that footage? You know how they get it? They get the fuck up out of bed, they set up their camera, they set up everything, they hit record, they get back in the bed, then they go, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's why on my YouTube channel, you get fucking reality. I sit down, camera, talk. Yup. I might walk around a little bit here or there. Maybe, but that's pushing it. Maybe. Yeah, it's like reality TV with all the damn camera cuts and shit. I might as well look at MTV for all them camera cuts. How many cameras y'all got set up in here? Y'all supposed to be living impossible. Y'all got at least 5 cameras in here. Cause how am I getting all these different vantage points? Because I make content, when I watch content, those are the things I pay attention to. Like, wait a minute, did you record this video 5 separate times with the same reaction every single time? Or did you have 5 cameras set up? Either way, the fuck? Like, this is not reality. Like, I keep wanting to record a video. Yeah, wake up flawless. I don't wake up flawless. I wake up looking like James Brown. Okay? I wake up looking like James Brown. Y'all seen that video with James look like he coming up on that mic and he like, that's me in the morning. Like the fuck? It's not my house is not fancy. My kitchen ain't fancy. My shit basic as fuck. My cabinets came with the house. They was old when I moved in. They still old. And I can't afford new cabinets, so they gonna stay just like they are. I just wipe them off. I can't identify with these people. That's why for a long time I didn't make content. I'm being honest. Cause I said, I don't have no fancy house like they do. And my right now, my eyebrows ain't done. Well, my eyebrows not done, and I don't wear makeup, and you got to have all these fancy outfits. So that's why for a long time I did not make content because I was like, yo, those people, they got like a lot of stuff. And then one day it was just like, you know what? Fuck it. And you know what I'm realizing more often than not, and I think all y'all realizing it too. Y'all are watching television when y'all watch those creators. That's TV. That's markedly different from somebody just sitting down, turning on their camera and talking to you. Those are two different things. That's TV. That's why they always selling you shit. They're the content and the damn commercial. They're the content and the commercial. It's like, nah. Content creation. Listen, I enjoy content creation. I really do. I have fun with it. I do it because I don't have a job and it's become my job, right? But I'm perplexed at some of the things I see because I'd be like, well, how do they get this footage? For example, I went running outside the other day, right? And I took my tripod with me because I did record myself. Well, I didn't even run, I walked. I recorded myself while I was walking. I got to edit that video and get it up today, right? I was this close to doing something stupid, but I caught myself. I was this close to setting up the tripod, right? And then I was gonna go on my walk. Then I was gonna come back, and then I was gonna come all the way back, put my phone on it, and hit record, and then walk back some, and then walk up to it like I'm walking. Thank you, Bean. And then I said, you know what the inner voice in me said? Bitches, you crazy. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Is you nuts? If you don't take your punk ass on this walk and turn your camera on and pop your shit while you walking, say what the hell you got to say and get your ass back in the house. So I did that. There are days though where I go, I think I need to make it more fancy. No, 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 no. I be seeing all the great editing and stuff. I be like, ooh, I love that editing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That should take time. That take effort. It look nice, but that's like TV. I'm good. I'm on the internet. I want it to be authentic. Just let it be. That's some of you know how people give a hard time on that chick Peach McIntyre? People give Peach a hard time. But you know why Peach makes so much money? Because she authentic. The difference between Peach and a lot of people watching is she don't lie about that's who she is. She don't care. She is unapologetically who she is. She's not trying to impress you. She don't give a fuck what you think about her life. She just don't care. That's why she makes so much money because she don't care. And people be in them comments, I can't believe you doing this and doing, and she laughing all the way to the bank because that's engagement. That's engagement. She doesn't care. But when I see some of these content things online, I'm always like, while I am in, like, remember I keep telling y'all I'm gonna record that video for y'all showing you how to make bomb ass cheese popcorn. The problem is every time I'm about to make the popcorn, I don't feel like recording. I be like, listen, I feel like eating right now. I have no desire to explain to nobody about making no damn popcorn. I don't feel like it. I just want to make popcorn. I just want to eat. I just want to be on my big bag stuff. I don't want to take the time to do the other piece. But I still need to do that video. But you get my point. I like a certain type of content. Sometimes I do like curated content. It depends on who the creator is. But by and large, I just like people who turn on their camera and just talk, give an opinion. Have something going on. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to identify that. I know I need to show y'all how to do it. I know. I just be like, I don't feel like it. Then there are other times I record it and then I don't feel like editing it. I'm like, I don't even like this video. Delete. I can't tell you how many videos I done did that to. I think this video sucks. Delete. Don't be like me, because the video that you don't like is probably the video that everybody else will love. Usually that's how it happens. The video that you hate is the video that everybody gravitates to. The one that you didn't think too much about. And you like that photo? That's Don Tiger King Trump. Yeah, I like regular people. Also, you know why another reason why I like regular people? What I learned over time from watching content creators that had access to a lot of things like, expensive house and fancy car and fancy clothes. You don't notice this happening to you, but the more you watch it, you start to want to buy those things. Right? It's in many ways it's subliminal advertising. Then you start wanting to mimic the things that you see. Because no matter what people say, what we ingest has an impact on our lives. It has an impact on how we see ourselves and how we navigate the world. Well, if you keep ingesting that shit, you're going to want it too. You're going to want to go to Dubai. That's why I be telling you don't watch that shit. Why do you need to go to Dubai? You know how big America is? Go somewhere here. Why you want to go to a place and watch rich people rich? You ain't got the money for it. You just gonna get there and count your pennies in Dubai. It's stupid shit like that. Those are the things that I just go, nah. You got to be careful about what you ingest. Because what you ingest will have you thinking your body don't look right. Having what you ingest and watch will have you think you haven't accomplished nothing with your life. You're inadequate. You ain't doing enough. That's why you got to be mindful about what you ingest. Because that shit will have you spiral. It will have you spiraling. Real talk. It'll have you spiraling. And I'm only telling you because I've done it. I caught myself, but I did that. I fell into those holes more than one time. Because some of these content creators are real good about sucking you into their world. And then you got to wake up. You got to snap yourself out of it. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? Look, Nar almost got me. See, I already cook at home, right? But then I start seeing those Nara Smith videos and I start being like, well, maybe I'm just not doing enough. I don't make my children's cereal from scratch. I don't do this. I don't do that. Then after a while, I was like, you know what? She ain't doing that shit either on a regular, not on a Tuesday. I'm not going to do it either. This is stupid. She got up, so-called in the wee hours of the morning, set up a full camera and lighting, got all her ingredients together, got everything done, and she just happened to get up and make cereal at 4 in the morning. Yeah, okay, bitch. All right. Yeah. I backed away. I backed away. I backed away. Because I make cereal from scratch too. You want me? Can I tell y'all a quick way to make cereal from scratch? This is the easiest way in your life you will ever make cereal from scratch. Buy a box of graham crackers, crush them up, and pour some milk in there. That has been the end of my TED talk. Voila, magic. Like the fuck? I'm not getting up at 3 something in the morning for some kids to make some damn cereal. Are you kidding me? Okay. Only for him to say, I don't eat that. No, I'm good. Because that's when I've been like, I've been up since 3 o'clock. You eat that shit today, eat it. Right. Right. Golden grams ain't nothing but little mini graham crackers. Right. It's the same thing. And if you want to be fancy with your homemade cereal that I just gave you, sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon in there, a little bit of nutmeg. Bam. Listen, I grew up in the hood. We for sure would have made cereal like that. We would have pulled out some graham crackers, crunched them up, and poured some milk in there. How it ain't cereal? And quiet is kept if the kids are small enough. Cereal is anything you tell them it is. Yeah, that's why I backed up off of her. Yeah, you tell your kids too. Yeah, I have to tell my kid. My youngest kid is not really into social media like that. Thank God. The oldest one, she's more into it, and I see her influenced by it. And again, I always try to have that conversation with her. Like, girl, since when you start doing this? And she'd be like, Mama, I've been doing that. I'm like, girl, you came out of my vagina. I know for a fact you ain't been doing that. Stop the cap. She hate when I say that shit. She be like, don't say that. You don't even say it right. Well, we both know you ain't been on that. I'm the first person you ever met. You ain't been on that. Liar. Yeah, you do things on social media that benefit you. But I'm going to tell y'all something that I'm noticing. I'm going to tell you a trend that I'm noticing. Okay. I don't know if y'all noticing this trend, but I be looking at stuff because, I'm always trying to figure out what the next hustle is, right? That not that I want to do the hustle, but meaning the next hustle where people going to try to scam you out your money. You understand? I'm always trying to look and see what is the next hustle that people trying to scam people out of money. And from what I see, the next hustle coming is teaching people how to trade. Yep. That's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing more and more, seeing more and more commercials about it, more and more content creators trying to lean in on day trading. And I'm like, this won't end well for anybody that falls into that trap. Because I'm old enough to know I've seen this show before, right? Yep. And apartment and house rentals. Yep. Shit like that. Everybody, they're all up to something. I'm telling you, I'm paying attention. I look at those things and I go, okay, cool. Or when I watch certain type of programming, I love to watch people play video games, right? So mostly it's usually young people watching that stuff. But because I'm older, I get to see the commercials. They're trying to get those young guys to invest in day trading, take classes and become a day trader. I'm like, man, get out of here. Yeah. Oh, you said social media used to be how you measured your success? Never. Never. Because this is why y'all hear me say the internet is not a real place. It's real, but it's not real. If you understand where I'm coming from. Because people are only showing you what they want you to see. So it by proxy is already not really real. It's filtered. And yes, Zarvis is day trading as in stocks. Yep. Yep. That's the new thing that I'm seeing more and more commercials on, trying to get young folks. But yeah, don't ever compare yourself to the internet. Don't do it. Just don't do it because it's not real. Because think about it. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever met a content creator out and about in person? Have you ever met them? The secret, day trading is a great hobby, but I ain't gonna learn it from a motherfucker on TikTok. You understand? No, 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 no. Day trading requires research. You understand? Because a lot of people will think, oh, I'll just become a day trader and it's nothing. They're just going to make all this money. And it's just, no, that shit is work. Those people are working. I don't know why people think they're not working. They're researching, they're reading. And most of the people that they're trying to sell these classes to on day trading, they don't even read well. You ain't gonna become no good day trader because you can't read well. What you talk? You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, them TikTok day traders, they scammers. Anybody that's coming on the internet telling you they're making shitloads of money day trading and they're offering you a class, they're not making no money. Because if they was making money, how they got time to put a class together for you? How they got time to put a class together for you? Because that's the time they take to. Let me tell you something. I used to be an instructional designer. I was an instructional designer for almost 20 years. That shit take time to put together a class. You don't do that overnight. Not a good class. So the time that they take to put together that class, they're not day trading. So that means they're not making money. So why would they stop making money to teach you how to make money? You are the money they're making when you pay for the class. That's another hustle. Gain, recognize gain. That's another hustle. Don't fall into that shit. There's information out here on day trading that you can use that's still valid, that's old. Go read that shit. Use it. I remember I learned how to trade penny stocks in the 90s at a job, at a job I worked at, where this lady was dating this guy and he was teaching her how to do it. So then she was teaching me how to do it. That's how I end up learning. But would I ever offer a class? No. And if I did, it would just be a money grab. Exactly. Why would they give you the key to life? People crack me up with that. I'm like, let me cue y'all on some game. And y'all, this morning we're not going to do an uncensored live on Patreon. Those of you who are here on YouTube, we're not going to do that this morning. I'm gonna finish out. We're gonna just go ahead and rock 2 hours here on YouTube this morning. So, but we will have live show tomorrow. And listen, let me stop for a second. Don't forget to listen to the newest episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast that drops tomorrow, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week, I'm talking about AI and how y'all done lost y'all damn minds with it, and y'all need to quit tripping. How we done got away from doing regular stuff because y'all depending on computers too damn much. So listen to that. All right. Straightfactsnofilter.com is where it's located. Thank you for the gloves. Right. But um so much of, you know, you just got to be careful out here. Somebody's always going to be trying to get your money from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Don't get hustled out of your dollars. Don't get hustled out of your dollars. This is why y'all never hear me ask y'all for, I don't say, hey, give me a tip. No, I need to give you great content. Catch it. Because I know in my experience, anytime I've ever given money to a content creator, it's because I've enjoyed the content, not ever because they told me to give them something. Quiet as kept, any content creator that has ever told me that I had to give them something, that's when I stopped following them. That's when I stopped because you ain't gonna count my money for me. I don't like that. To me is disrespectful. I don't like shit like that. You ain't gonna count my money. Count your money. And what are you doing? What are you talking about with me that that I should dig in my pocket to do anything to get more of this from you? I'm not moved enough for that. Yeah, so that be my frustration. And I call it digital panhandling. Thank you for the gift, my serum. I appreciate that. I call it digital panhandling. That's what I call it. Because it's no different than somebody standing on the corner with a cup. How's it any different? Ain't no different. It is no different than them people that stand in front of the 7-Eleven when you trying to go in there and get you a cup of coffee. You like, damn it, this motherfucker out here, he gonna ask me for money. So I got to pay the poll tax to get in here just to get a cup of coffee. It's the same thing. You can't even be on a platform without. I'm gonna tell you, test it out. Later on today, at some point, go on TikTok and just go on the live section. Don't go nowhere else and just scroll. Watch what you see. Just watch. Just watch. Just watch. Hey, this is how it sounds. Give me money. Give me money. Hey, somebody give me a galaxy. Hey, thanks for the rose, but you could have gave me this. Like what? All you got to do is scroll and just listen and watch. You will be amazed at what you see. I'm gonna tell you another thing too. I'm trying to think of the other one. Oh, because I remember I told y'all audience, I said I'm trying out this whole thing about the AI model thing, this, that, and the other. Don't waste your time on it. You know how I tell y'all I try things and let y'all know if there's any money to be made there? Don't waste your time on that. Don't waste your time on that. You'll see that a lot on TikTok too. Oh, you can make money right away with an AI model. Don't waste your time on it. Don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you a couple reasons why you don't waste your time on it. One, you're gonna have to pay some good money to get you some good models to build you some good women. Okay, that's the first thing. Second, you're gonna need some video too at some point. That costs even more than generating pictures. Third, third, it takes a lot of time. You gotta take time to curate that bitch. You gotta take time to have her out there talking to people. I said, you know what? I ain't got time for this. It's easier ways to make money. Hell, I can get if it's about getting money out of a man, men who want to give you money gonna get you money. You don't need to do all that sweet talking. You don't need to do all that. So no, don't waste your time with that because I'm gonna tell you, you see it on TikTok. Become an AI model and make this money. All those women are selling classes. Walk away. Walk away. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. As somebody who tested it and tried it, walk away. You'll make more money just doing something on your own, doing something for, doing content yourself versus that. Walk away. Just like I got a video coming out today where I'm calling out TikTok's ass, and I have to address this. I'm calling out TikTok on the fact that they are allowing people to use AI in TikTok shop ads. That should be illegal. I consider it false advertising. That is false advertising. TikTok should not be allowing people to create TikTok shop ads using AI. It is not a true representation of the product. It is false advertising. And it's crazy to me that the way TikTok loves to police its platform, it won't address that. That's crazy. That should be addressed. That's why I will not buy from any content creator using AI for TikTok shop ads. You're too damn lazy to do a damn video on the product that you got for free. Yeah, no, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Nope. Nope. TikTok lets them get away with it because TikTok, what did I tell you? TikTok is mini QVC. TikTok really care more about you buying the shit in that TikTok shop than it does about you watching the content on its platform. TikTok done jumped the shark. It cares more about you getting you to buy something cheap, poorly made out of that TikTok. Now I will be honest. Now listen. As we wrap, we ain't wrapping up yet because I still got a little more time. But I'm gonna give y'all a couple tips this morning. Before you buy something out of that TikTok shop, I'm not saying TikTok shop ain't got some good stuff. It does have some good things. However, take your ass to Temu first. Take your ass to Temu. Don't say I did not warn you because a lot of that stuff that's already on TikTok shop comes from Temu and it's cheaper. Oh, you said you watched the ad and buy it on Amazon? Damn. But buy that shit on Temu somewhere. Yep, it's cheaper on Temu. And it usually the same product, usually from the same manufacturer and supplier. Yep, Temu and Shein. Don't fall for the okie doke. And can I tell you something else? A lot of that shit on Amazon you can buy it on Temu too. But you ain't heard it from me. I'm just saying. A lot of that shit on Amazon you can buy from Temu too. Because a lot of those sellers on Amazon just be buying that shit from overseas, from China, bringing it here and marking up the prices. It's the same stuff. All Chinese stuff ain't cheap. The Chinese has some very well made things. You just got to dig. Temu has some nice stuff. You just got to dig. They got tons of stuff, millions of products. You just gotta dig. You gotta know how to filter. You gotta know how to search. That's how you get to the good stuff on Temu. Real talk. Man, if I could get groceries from Temu, it'd be a wrap. What? What, Ladia? It'd be a wrap. Yeah, you have to do trial and error, but once you figure out the suppliers that are really good on Temu, you in like Flynn. You in like Flynn. Once you figure it out, you just got to figure it out. But guess what? The same thing is true for Amazon, is it not? Don't you have to figure it out on Amazon too? Think about it. Don't you have to figure it out on Amazon too? I bought things on Amazon where it wasn't what I was expected and I had to return it. It's the same thing. It's no different. Temu and Sheen. You can go on Alibaba. It's many places to go to shop. You do not have to just, you know, hold yourself to that. I'm just really big on if I can make my money stretch far. My grandmother always used to say, you need to squeeze a dollar until you can turn it into 4 quarters. Because then you can spend, you got more spending power. So I'm like, hey, listen. Yep, I go to Aldi's. Sure do. You know what I did just this morning? The other day, I went to Aldi's. I went to Lidl's actually, and I bought some what do you call it? Cornstarch. Now my cornstarch container is empty. Now my cornstarch is nothing but an old Argo container from when I had bought some cornstarch before. But see, they done shrunk those Argo containers. So I have kept my old big Argo container, and all I do is buy cornstarch and refill the container. Fuck I look like. What? Like, y'all see me on Saturdays when I cook on Saturdays. I told you, my containers, I bought them from Temu. They plastic. I bought them from Temu. Would I love some nice, bountiful glass ones? Yeah, but they cost too much. I saw them. I said, I'm not paying that much to put sugar in. Sugar? Nope. I don't care that much. That's just me. I don't care that much about stuff like that. In magazines, it look cute. Is it true people eat cornstarch? I don't know. I use it for cooking. I mean, you could say we eat it. Oh, you said you use a mason jar. Smart. Another tip I told y'all about before. Listen, if you buy like blueberries, strawberries, any of those things, the way that you can make those things live for a long time, don't buy no fancy stuff. To Ronnie's point, use a mason jar. Wash your blueberries when you get them home from the grocery store. Put them in a mason jar, put the top on them, and put them in the refrigerator. Those blueberries will last. Same thing with strawberries. It doesn't matter what the fruit is. Put it in there. I put herbs in it. You could put parsley. You could put thyme. You could put cilantro. That stuff's gonna make it stretch. Make it stretch like that. Yep, make it stretch like that. Because otherwise, when you get them home, those things are going to go bad on you. And specifically with cilantro, parsley, and all those things, in addition to you being able to put it in a jar, take a damp piece of paper towel, wrap your parsley loosely, your parsley, your cilantro in that damp paper towel, even your ginger. It will last a long time and won't turn color so fast. You say if you buy jams, preserves in glass when it's empty, yep. Don't throw those glass bottles away. Those glass containers. The thing is, people, we've all got to learn to be more efficient and to be more smart about how we use things and do things. You have to be. You just realized that picture is Donald Trump. That's Don Tiger King Trump. Yep. Containers are reusable. I last night just washed out a container of Cool Whip. It wasn't even Cool Whip because I bought the Walmart version. It's all the fucking same. Y'all still buy Cool Whip? I wish I would buy name brand whipped. What? Y'all bougie if y'all do. I don't. I buy Walmart brand. Okay. I buy Walmart brand. And Walmart gives you a bigger container, a bigger reusable container. See, I'm not, listen. You better make your money stretch in this economy. This economy is cruel. So we got to make it our business to make the money stretch. Somebody says use heavy whipping cream. Yep, to make butter, cheese, and sour cream. And it's easy as hell to make sour cream. When I found out how easy it was to make sour cream, can I be honest? I was offended. I was offended when I found out how easy it was to make sour cream. I was offended. I was offended. I was like, "Oh my god. These people been getting me for years. For years." Yep, butter also. Quiet as kept, I knew about butter because my grandma used to make us churn butter for her when we were kids. Anybody from the South, you kind of know. Oh, honey, my grandmama made me churn butter. I had to churn butter, snap peas, sort sage. I remember them days. Grandma made us do it. We ain't had no choice. We ain't had no choice. We had no choice. Yep, we had to shuck corn. Yep. So I remember. So that way, some of your stuff that you buy, you can save and make it work. Now, I gotta switch gears on something real quick because I just saw a story. Okay. And we gotta discuss it. I forgot I had saw it earlier this morning and I forgot all about it, but we gotta talk about this. Did y'all hear about Sean Duffy's son-in-law? How you get past the Timu wheel? Hit that little X and close it. Don't get listen, stay away from that Timu wheel. That Timu wheel is the devil. Don't spin that fucking wheel. Don't spin that wheel. Then don't say I ain't tell you. Now, let me tell you about Sean Duff. Let me tell you about Sean Rose Duffy's son-in-law. Now, you know his son-in-law is running for Congress, right? First of all, I don't like the son-in-law because the son-in-law has a bad haircut. I don't know what this haircut is doing. I don't like it. But why the son done got caught making Venmo payments to strippers. Sean Duffy is the secretary, transportation secretary. Isn't it something how these party of family values people? I told you, let me tell you something. If in your life you ever meet somebody that's super religious, get away from them. Get away from them because nine times out of 10, they probably have some religious psychosis too. Get away from them because those people are the nastiest, the dirtiest, the grimiest, they the freakiest. They fully freaked out. Trust me on this. They're fully freaked out. Okay? Stay away from them people. Them people will be like, oh, I love the Lord. Those the same people that you be like, oh my God, I am never talking to that man again. He a freak. Girl, I thought he was okay. I met him at the church. That's where all the freaks be at, the church. So bro was sending Venmo payments to the strippers. These are the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. They're dumb. Venmo. That's connected to your own bank account. That's why I be getting mad. He was so eager. I gotta have her. I gotta have her. That he couldn't even just go get a prepaid card. He could have put it on a prepaid card. But no. I need her so I need her right now. I'm gonna just put it on the I'm gonna just use Venmo. What? But get this. He not only listen, I gotta start I'm gonna stay here on YouTube, but TikTok, I'm about to wrap up over here. If y'all want to finish up listening to the rest of the show, you gotta come on over to YouTube because the discussion I need to have, I cannot have it here on TikTok. I just know I can't have it. So TikTok, y'all have a beautiful and blessed day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? And I'll be live on YouTube this afternoon at 5ish. All right. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everybody. Okay. Bye bye. See y'all later. Okay. All right, YouTube. Okay, listen to this. Okay, listen to this. Look, I had to cut that off because I'm like, I want to have the full Monty conversation on this. And I can't do that with TikTok over there, like the nosy aunt that act like she's saved. You can't say nothing because she say she's saved. Look, and I caught a strike over at TikTok. Man, fuck TikTok. Anyway, his son-in-law was playing for strippers. His son-in-law was sending Venmos to strippers and what they call high supplies. Huh? Huh? Say what? Now, the internet says that strippers is code word for renting men. Catch it. All right. Now, keep in mind, this man has no job. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of him so y'all can see what he looked like. Cause y'all gonna be like, oh hell no. When I first saw him, I said he likes boys, but he doesn't. He's married. Well, I ain't gonna say he don't like boys. This man likes boys. I'm just telling you from looking at him. I went, nah, son-in-law, my ass. He like boys. Now hold on. I'm about to pull it up so y'all can see it. Cause men don't usually look like this. Not no man I ever seen. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let me show y'all. Now y'all tell me. Y'all looking at it. Y'all tell me. What does that look like to you? Listen, Cassie. 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 I'm just looking at it and going, this man's obviously gay. I don't know why people think that you can't always tell who's gay, but most of the time when somebody's hiding it, you can tell. You say, like his face is playing in our face. Listen, you know what I saw? You know what I thought when I first saw him? I said, oh, the face card never declines. You see them groomed eyebrows? And look at the hairdo. The hairdo is giving big hair don't care. Right? It's giving big hair don't care. So it's all the more reason where I go, oh no, he likes boys. He likes boys. But it's not socially acceptable for him in the circles that he's in. So he married, but then he looked like this. I don't know what's up with the hair, Zarvis. It's so fucking weird. But to me, What do they say? The higher the hair, the closer to God? Listen, I'm just telling you, I saw it when that's why I wanted to show y'all the picture because it was no way for me to describe it. Notice I never described how he looked because I couldn't really describe this. I don't know how you would describe it because I can't describe that. I don't listen, Shay, listen. I too looked at the eyebrows and went, it looks like there's some pigmentation that has been added to them because they're extremely dark. And I don't know too many men that pencil, that put filler in their eyebrows. Not too many straight men that aren't rock stars. You know what I mean? A rock star, I get it. I so totally get it. But what the fuck is this? Everything's wrong with it. But then when I look at him, I think hair done, nails done, everything did, like I got a feeling once he gets all nice looking for the day, he really he really thinks he look like a bad bitch. I really feel like that. I really feel like this guy thinks he's a bad bitch because this is giving I meet men in the airport bathroom. That's what it's giving for me. I just wanted to go on record. Now, this guy, I want to tell you a little bit more about this guy. This guy, he does not have a job. Okay. He doesn't have a job. And he just recently registered to vote in Florida. But he's also running for political office. Okay. He registered to vote at his father in law's house to run for Congress. So he registered at Sean Duffy's house to run for Congress. Okay. Now there's a super PAC called Northwoods Future PAC that is funded by Duffy and this other guy named Dick. How ironic, right? Not Richard. The other guy's name is Dick. They've already spent $3.4 million trying to get this guy elected. Okay. So the billionaire donor class is behind this guy. All the while Donald Trump claiming he draining the swamp. They're not draining the swamp. Not at all. But I just got one question. Just one. How much money does this guy spend on facials, eyebrows, and haircuts? That's all. I just want to know. Because I got a feeling he spends a lot of money on stuff like that. This is a man that puts a lot of time and money into how he looks. That's why I had to show him to y'all. I had to show it because I can't. It was no way for me to verbalize what that man looks like. Now, on our way out of here this morning, I want us to celebrate because we have something to celebrate. And I told y'all eventually we would. Okay. All right. I told y'all we would. Listen to this. CNBC made an announcement. CNBC said that AI demand is falling, and that's why SpaceX, Anthropic, OpenAI are rushing to go public because the jig is about to be up. The jig is about, I told y'all, rich people can't make money with AI. AI has turned out to be for them a lost cause. They can't make money with it. They can't make money with it. They cannot. And so now they're trying to extract out as much money as they can towards the end of this thing. Let's go public and convince you to pour your money into it, right? For them to pull out, and then leave you holding the bag, and you have nothing left to show for it. Nothing left to show for it. So I love this for AI. I told y'all, rich people, but my biggest concern is though all these data centers they built everywhere or starting to build. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of abandoned places all over America from data centers that they were looking to build because they were so damn greedy, but they couldn't ultimately really keep the cash cow coming. Yep, and I hope they lose everything too. Hold up, you saw an ad on my YouTube for TikTok? Of course you did, because I said something about bitch ass TikTok. TikTok could stand to do. TikTok got to do better. They got to do better. But also too, I am in an agency that I joined eons ago, but they don't do shit for me. So I just recently put in a cancellation request with them because I was like, yeah, I'm canceling this. Y'all don't do shit. Because what I found is on TikTok, I wouldn't be getting them strikes like that if I had an agency. Bullshit. That's why I say, man, I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that. And then as I'm wrapping up, I want to send a shout out to Jon Ossoff. Okay. I want to send a shout out to Jon Ossoff because Jon Ossoff is opening up a can of whoop ass on Donald Trump and the Republican Party, and Republicans are whining and crying about it now. Oh, how dare him say such things? Why is he saying such things? Trump says crazy stuff all the time, and Republicans cheer. They cheer. They say, own the libs, say it, President. So it ain't no different. I have been salivating for a Democrat to have a backbone, and I appreciate that Jon Ossoff is doing just that. I told y'all, Jon Ossoff, outside of Barack Obama, Jon Ossoff was the guy that had me dig in my wallet and donate money. I don't even live in Georgia. I don't even live in Georgia. But I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure Jon Ossoff it was just $10, but it was 10 more than he had. But Republicans have spent the last decade saying that Donald Trump can say anything he wants to say. Everybody need to quit being so sensitive, this, that, and the other. Now that Jon Ossoff is matching the energy, all of a sudden Republicans are crying and whining. Don't cry and whine, beloved. This is what y'all wanted. All gloves are off. See, they love it when Democrats always play nice because then you can constantly just keep going and beating up on somebody, right? They love that shit. No, no more. No more. That's it. And Democrats will win elections if they fight back. But you're not going to win elections if you won't fight these people back and match their energy. I told you the thing that will make Republicans stop, match their energy. If you match a Republican's energy, they'll stop doing the things that they're doing. They'll stop. I guarantee they'll stop. But they're doing it. They've been doing it all this time because they're able to operate in this void where Democrats never answer them. But now they are. Because Jon Ossoff, I love this. Jon Ossoff commented about that woman that's always with Trump, that Natalie Harp. I love that because putting that shit into the media, everybody knows Trump has cheated on every wife he's ever had. And he's already cheated on Melania with Stormy Daniels, right? And them other women he was paying, right? So why would I think that Trump ain't still doing that? And just because he 80, just because he might not be able to get it up the way he used to, don't mean he still don't ain't like, hey, just let me smell it. You know? For all I know, that's what he doing. But they're talking like this Natalie Harp chick is in love with Trump and they talking about Trump loves her. I love that for both of them. Real talk. Look, y'all laughing, but y'all know, listen, them dirty old men will be like, listen, it don't work no more, but let me smell it. Ew. Just give me a little more time. Just give me a little more time. It's coming together. Give me a little more time. He almost there. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Stick a fork in him. He's done, beloved. At this point, it's like you pulling on taffy, baby. Just let it go. What is that? That laughing taffy. That laughing taffy. Hey, because let it go, beloved. I can't, I can't help it, Lydia. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, because notice I have been very nice online. I have done no videos. I see so many videos with the men talking about when women get old, they ain't no good. But you don't even see me online going, we ain't no good yet. You're the one at the gas station at 32 trying to get you a pack of Rhinos. But okay. Y'all hear Heidi snoring back here? She's sleeping good as hell all of a sudden. She just starts snoring like crazy. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that thing like taffy. I'm listen. That's why I be like, it ain't no old man tell me shit. You understand? You can't tell me nothing, right? If that thing still work without no medical intervention, no visual aids, then I'll let you talk. But if you need medical intervention, visual aids, if you have to choke it, stop talking to me. That's when they get mad. This fucking bitch. That's when they get mad at me. Okay, okay, okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Go work out, gentlemen. Go to gym. Go to gym. Because what's happening is your little friend in your pants, he feels defeated by your stomach. The stomach's bigger than him. And so he won't show up. So if you want him to show up, you got to get rid of your stomach. Listen, I appreciate y'all coming through this morning. Yeah, we're gonna end on that wonderful note, right? Because it's the truth. If you want that little guy to show up, you got to get rid of your stomach. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. Cause I get tired of people talking about women aging. Yeah, we age. I got my stomach in my lap right now. I'm trying to get rid of it. That's why I went to gym this morning and I'm stopped and I'm not eating anymore after 8 o'clock. You say just wait for the pain to okay. I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story as we're wrapping up. I'm gonna tell you a funny story that my friend had told me some years ago. When my friend told me this story, I laughed so hard. I was crying. I was like, and I told him, because I'm this type of friend. We have fun together. I told him, I said, that's what your ass get. That's what you get. That's what you get for doing. You ain't had no business. You don't even need that. He was like, girl, I know. I should have just okay. So my friend, right? He's an older gentleman. And he decided, he was at a doctor's appointment and the doctor was like, hey, how you doing in that department? You need a little help? And he was like, I'm gonna go ahead. Let me try out some stuff. Let's see what happens. So my friend got him a prescription for some Viagra, and he was like, I'm gonna try this thing, right? I'm gonna try it for the first time, right? So he had invited somebody to come over and they were gonna have a nice intimate evening together. So he takes the pill. But the plans fell through. He bruh told me he was trapped in that house. He couldn't go nowhere. He was trapped in the house. He couldn't go nowhere. He he couldn't go. Can I tell you how much I laughed? I said, that's what your ass get. That's what you get. You shouldn't have taken nothing till your company got there. No, no, no. But see, I this had never happened. I'd never taken. Who knew? He never took it again. He threw all them shits in the trash. He was so upset. Why did his go on for longer than 4 hours, Shay? It went on longer than 4 hours. It went on longer than. He was so mad. He was trapped in that house all day. He couldn't go nowhere. Nowhere. I had never heard. That was the funniest story I had ever heard in my life. I could not breathe on that phone. I was like, that's what your ass get. You didn't need that shit anyway. That's what you get. You knew you didn't need it. That's why you got trapped in the house. Don't take it. And he threw all that shit in the trash. That was the funniest. That when because I was just like, oh my God. I had never heard nobody tell me that in my life. I told you people love to tell me things. The things people tell me where I'm like, really? Well, um, okay. Bet you won't do that shit no more. Well, DJ, he couldn't go anywhere because remember, he had never taken these things before. So for him, once it got different layers of thickness to it, it wouldn't go away. It wouldn't go back down. He literally had to wait for it to completely wear off. That's why he couldn't leave the house. Yeah, it had that reaction on him where he was like, boing, he was so mad. He was so mad. He never tried anything else again. And he said to me, he said, once my body gets to a point where it's not working, fuck it. I'll just accept that. That was the worst day of my life. He said that was the worst day of his life because he was trapped inside. There was nothing he could do. Look, Lisa said they gonna notice mine. That's what my friend would say. He said, hey, because I was like, you really couldn't leave the house. He's like, listen, I could not leave the house. There was no way for me to leave the house without getting arrested. I was like, oh. He just stayed home that whole day to the night. And then the next day was fine. But he could not leave the house the entire day because it went in on him. And what I know from him, and this is one of my gay friends, what I know from him, he's never taken it again. He did that shit once, said never again. They can keep it. He just said they can keep it. That's how, because as he's telling me the story, I've known this man over 20 years. So as he's telling me this story, I'm imagining him in my mind. I've been to this man's house dozens of times. I was imagining him in my mind walking around his house mad with a boy, because I know he was mad. Oh yeah, I remember when they were saying Viagra was for the heart. Yeah, the heart in your pants. He was scared after that 4 hour mark. Cause he told me, he said he tried many times to relieve himself. It still wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go down. No matter what he did, it would not go down. It was like that thing was like, "Oh, we outside, outside." Can you imagine wanting to be outside, but you can't be outside? I felt for him, but he never got any more of it after that. He never That's why I say take care of yourself. He started going to gym after that. He was like, "Fuck it, I just work out." I was like, "Yeah, you should do that." But it was bad for him. So that's why anytime when I hear about men taking those things, I often wonder, what's your experience? Because I know for my friend, he did not have a great experience and he vowed never again to touch them. He was supposed to seek medical attention. Oh, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it, Shay. He would not seek medical attention. He was not leaving that house. He should have went somewhere, but he wouldn't do it. He said he would not do. I didn't even ask him if he went. He just said he stayed home. He stayed home. He tried multiple times to relieve himself. It did not work, and he was just stuck in the house. So he just stayed in the house until it went away, and then he threw him out after that. He said, "No, I won't do this again." Because who wants to show up? Imagine showing up to an emergency room and you trying to be discreet and tell them people why you're there. And they never bring you right to the back when you first come in. So they're going to have you sit in the fucking waiting room. Oh no, honey. Oh no. He tried that, Shay. Nothing would make it go away. Nothing. That's why he never got any again. He said, "That's it. These people can kiss my ass. I'm never getting this stuff again. This stuff is the devil." And he's never touched it again. He's never touched it again. I tell you, it was the best thing. I would have, I told him, I said, "This story is so awesome. It should be in a movie. No bullshit. If that was in a movie, I would probably be laughing until I cried. I would be rolling around in the aisles like that's what his ass get. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. And like I said, I've known this guy over 20 years, but I didn't want to know him like that. So he didn't call me until after it already happened. Because honestly, if he would have called me when it was happening, because we only lived about 10 minutes away from each other, I would have said, "Bitch, I'm on my way. I want to see." He would have been like, "No, I'm not opening this door." I'd be like, "Bitch, you're going to open the door. Because if you're going to call and tell me, I want to see I want, because I won't believe it if I don't see this happening. Just open the door and just let me see you pitch intent when you open the door, and then you can close and I'm gonna go back home." Not your friend had hearing loss. You know what's funny, Cassie? Men would sacrifice their hearing to get women. They like ear. I don't need ears. That's what they made sign language for. Like, think about it. Men wouldn't care. They don't give a fuck. Yes, I did, Janice. Yes, they will. Men don't care. Men will cut off their foot to get it. They'll do anything to get it. They're monsters, I tell you. You said I need proof I'm never letting you down on you after that. Listen, it is one of the funniest things. Every so often, me and him talk about that and laugh our asses off. It was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my life. Because if any other man they had experienced that, no man ever told me. But when my friend told me that, I was like, "Wait, what happened to hold up, you were trapped in your house?" Whoa, nah. That's what your and literally, I said, "That's what your ass get. That's what you get for trying new shit." I told him that outright. That's what you get for trying new shit. That's what you get. Wasn't nothing wrong with you, But nah, you wanted to be fancy. And that's what that fancy shit got you. He don't do it no more. And you're right. That's why real life always trumps what we make up. Listen, I thank y'all for being here this morning. I stayed here a lot longer than I had anticipated this morning. But those of you who are members of Patreon, the newest episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast will pop over there. You'll get it early. You'll get it today. Okay. So you'll be seeing that where I talk about folks losing their mind over AI. And everybody else, you'll see the newest episode on Wednesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. I thank y'all so much for coming through on YouTube today. I appreciate you. I really do. I'm glad you have fun with me because I have fun with y'all and we have a great time. Okay. And I want to remind you, don't forget, I'll be back here about live at 5ish this afternoon. Don't let nobody live rent free in your head, folks. Don't feed no trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Okay. Have a beautiful and blessed day today on purpose. I love you and I'll see you this afternoon. All right. Bye bye, everybody. Have a great day.